Hi, folks. Welcome to the Podia mini course. I am so delighted to deliver this. Podia has been amazing for me. It felt like such a big investment at the time, 5 years ago now, and it's been absolutely brilliant as a vehicle for my customer relationship manager, emailing, delivering my webinars, course hosting. I just love it as a tool. I just think it's so brilliant. So I'm so glad that you want to use it too. Podia have loads of amazing videos on their website that you can find and you can search by what it is that you're looking for. So this is just going to be like a deep dive and overview into how I use the platform, and it's going to give you some insight of my work in progress. So it accompanies the Podia class that you will have already accessed. And so it's just a deeper dive into Podia so you can see more of how I work that through. Okay, so we'll go ahead and share my screen. Now, screen sharing has been really glitchy, so it'll probably come up with a black screen, but don't worry. I just have to give it a couple of minutes and then it goes into being able to share. So it'll happen in a minute. Honestly, it's so frustrating. Podia haven't made any changes really in the 5 years that I've been with them, and I love that because as a busy mum of two and a creator and a writer, it's really hard to go to a platform and not be able to find what it is that you need. So they might make small tweaks and changes, but all of it has felt very seamless and very easy for me to be able to find the bit that I'm looking for. So hopefully you will feel the same about the platform as I do. The support that I get from them is second to none. They help me sort out everything, any problem I have. Whether that's something around usability or a customer issue or something that I've broken, they help me fix it same day, like usually within an hour or so. So that's been absolutely delightful. Um, It'll just be another couple of minutes for this black screen. I don't know why it's doing it. It's super frustrating, but I'm just going to go and see if I can log in over here as well, because then I'll be ready to shut this. Yeah, I can. Okay, that's good. Right, we'll close that down. Um, so if you are thinking about starting on Podia, one of the things that I like to support people to do is map out an offer suite that really fuels where they're at. So it might be that you've come over from Substack and you've been doing really well with paid subscriptions on Substack, and you want to offer a one-off class, and you're going to start with that. That's a really good place to start. I wouldn't start by building out a whole course on Podia because you're learning the system, you're learning the platform, and you want to be able to have a little look and make sure that it's all working okay for you first. So when you've run through something like a class, if it's a live class, even better, then you'll have worked through so many of the different things and components that go with it. Okay, is that working now? Let me just stop my share and try again and make sure it is definitely sharing. Yeah, it is good. Okay, brilliant. Right. Okay, we're in. So I'm going to just walk you through one of my processes here. So I am just updating the Growth to Substack bestseller mini course and 5-day challenge. So these are the videos associated with the challenge, and then these are the bonus classes that I've just started uploading here. So what I can do is just walk you through any changes that I need to make in real time. So the details, I'm going to just have a read over these details. I'm going to leave that photo in. So I want to take out anything that is related to live and then add in anything else that I've offered. So we only get a certain number of characters here. So I do want to say more, but that's enough for now. And then I've put this in my Substack category. So you could create a new category, like if you wanted to organize, like say if you were teaching people about how to write memoir, you would have a memoir category, for example. Okay, let's check in pricing. So the price doubled to 102, 202, and then I've got the payment plan there. So if I wanted to adjust that, I could adjust that. I could say, okay, actually, I'm only going to do two payment plans. The thing is, and you'll learn this in the entrepreneurial world, the more options that you have, the more overwhelming it is for people. And also, sometimes when you're on payment plan, when people are on payment plans, things happen and the card gets declined, and then that's more admin for you. So the less payment plans, the better. But obviously it is nice to offer them to people who do need that little bit longer to pay. So I've just changed that one down to 2. The availability will be that it is published because it's already live. People have been buying it and signing up, that it's visible, that the access is open. You could also have closed access. It's already starting immediately. There's no sign up limit because it's infinitely scalable, and there's no duration limit either. Back into pricing, you can add special bonus offer. You can change the text here and add anything in you want to add. So I could just pop a little sparkle on there. And then you've got the other products. So when you add another upsell here, I'm actually going to take off the planner and put another upsell here when it lets me, because I think this one is going to be a better fit. So this is everything that I've ever created on Podia. And you do have to just scan through and remember what you've called things. What was I looking for? Oh, it's called Start. I'm feeling very slow after the bank holiday. I'm sure I'll warm up. Right, so we're going to give them a 20% off discount, which hopefully encourages them to purchase. Oh, that's just toggled to 16% off. That's quite random, but we'll just leave it there. It's obviously meant to be. So when someone comes to the checkout for this page, then they will be able to add on these other things. Now, if you haven't got any other things, don't worry. But if you have got anything like a PDF or another class that you could deliver to them, then that would be a brilliant thing to just bump up the cost per customer in terms of checkout, and people do add things on. So you've been through that yourself, you know that. So then we're into files, and I spoke through that at the beginning. So for days 1, 2, 3, and 4, I haven't named the files yet. But I will write like a little overview here of what's included in the day. I'll come to do that just because it's helpful for people finding it for the first time to know what they're going to receive. And then I'll rename these videos. So I think this one is the launch video. So I'll just rename it that. If I did want to check any of this to make sure, what I would do is go in Safari. I've got like a profile. See if I can do it, Google Chrome. What I can do. Don't actually know how to do it and it's not coming up. But basically on Safari, so I use Google Chrome for everything that I'm logged into, but on Safari, I have made myself like a dummy login to Podia so I can see what the customer sees and walk through it that way. And that's really helpful for me because I can actually receive the energy that I'm putting out and make sure that it's super clear. So that's really helpful to do. Okay, we'll go back in. Oh, goodness. Here we go. There we go. Okay. So now what I want to do is show you the sales page for this product that you could give to people. So you would do view sales page. And then this is what people are going to see as they are deciding whether to buy this product. Obviously, I've just finished running it live, so I'm going to have tons and tons of testimonials to add in. I need to check it all and make sure that the replay, it still works as a replay product and people understand that it's not live, but that goes on and on and on. If we wanted to edit that, we would just go to the 3 buttons there and then edit sales page. And it would come up. And I've shown you this before, but obviously if you wanted to add anything in, like another testimonial, there's a few in there already. Let's see, we could probably put one there. I'm mad for testimonials. You would go in and you could do it as an image, if you had a screenshot, or you could do it as text. You could also use your saved sections, which I showed you in the class as well. So let's do this one as an image. We go with this big one. So we're going to upload from the computer. I'll go to my testimonials file. Well, there might be some in wins actually, because sometimes I get really nice things in there. Yeah, I'll just pop that out. That's probably already on that one. I'll just put that one on for now, just so you get the idea. So this isn't a testimonial, but it's just where my views were up by 59,000. It's quite impressive. So I'll stick that on. If I want to change the color, I'm going to change that to bright themed, and then it's just going to match. And then I could also adjust the size of it as well if I wanted to do that. So that's all there. And then once I was finished, I would just hit publish on that. And that's going to publish that. Any second now. So then this link, obviously you've got the link there. You can share that with people. You can share that within your Substack publication. You can share it in your Instagram link tree. You can email it out, do whatever you want. And then this is going to enable people to check out and buy now. So that's super helpful. Everything is organized. So let me go ahead and take you back into Podia. I'll just press done with that. And so here on the website, it's telling me that I've got 142 pages. So I will apologize for my sloppy creative process. We're all different, aren't we? But these 142 pages. Now, a lot of these are because I've created a lot of products over the last 5 years, and I could probably clear some of those out. But that's all of that there. So all of the different web pages that I've got are there. I'm going to, for the second part of this lesson, take you into email because I want to do a deep dive into email. So if I go into email, then this is all the emails that I've been sending recently. And because I use this as a customer relationship manager, I'm usually emailing to tell people about products or to like take people through a nurture sequence attached to a product. So you can do all of that stuff here. So say if I wanted to create something for the people who had joined Substack growth to bestseller, and I wanted to suggest that they potentially like checked out on something new. So you've really enjoyed this course. Have you thought about this, that, and something else? So what I would do is I would go into new broadcast there. I mean, I could do a campaign, but I'll just for the purposes of this, I'll just do the broadcast. So actually, well, no, I'll do campaign because broadcasts are super easy. So I'm going to do a campaign, make myself do it live. Okay. So we're going to call this upsell from joyful growth challenges. And so I've called it that because I'm thinking about the other people in a previous joyful growth challenge. So I'm like, okay, like I'm going to tell those people and my bestseller people, I'm going to tell them all because actually this is probably really relevant. So the condition would be around we'd have to do this in tag because they've already got access to the product. So if we hadn't given them access to the product, we could set it up before. So for example, when they joined and they went through the 5-day product, I suppose we could do that because it's finishing. Let's just do that. So we'll gain access to the product. Here, growth to bestseller, apply. So I can add the 39 subscribers that already meet the entrance condition on that. I'm given that option. So I always feel a bit nervous about that because I'm like, well, not yet because I haven't written anything yet. So that's again just me and my creative process. So the condition for them to exit, and this is just to exit the campaign, is when they receive the final email, and then we'll go into new email. So this one is sent after 1 day. Now, that's not going to work for the people that are going to get the challenge via email because they won't have had time to go through the challenge. So this is where you've got to like think it all through. So say if we say 10 days after, and then we're going to give it a subject. I hope you enjoyed the challenge. Do you have a few minutes to fill in a testimonial for it? And then there are various different templates here that I could use based on other emails that I've sent in the past, but I've started at the moment just using like the basic template. It gets higher deliverability and I can always add in more as I go. So hi, and then we'll do personalization. So that was just a / first name. I hope you had a wonderful time inside of the challenge and got lots of ideas on your journey from growth to best seller on Substack. If you are looking for more ways to work with me, I recently published this post to explain more. Now, this will be time sensitive because this one has a live course element in it, but that's all right for now because this is just demonstrating. So I'm gonna grab the link. For this post to explain more. While I'm here, I'd love for you to fill in a testimonial form with a few short questions to help me develop my services. Everyone who answers gets to win a right, so some sort of sign off there. Because I'm asking for something, I think I will put a photo in because it just brings that human element. So, you know, it reminds people I'm a person in the world and they're really helping me and people like to be helpful. So let's just put in a photo here. And then I can put PS. If you would like a deep dive on the membership model on Substack, maybe you might like my class. Start, build, and grow a membership on Substack. Remembering that we've put that on one of the upsells. So at the point of checkout, they'll have seen it. They might not have purchased it, but I'm reminding them about it again. So if they did purchase it, then it just reminds them, okay, so you know, you just have to think through those bits and bobs. So I'll get the link for that. Sorry about my slow internet. Yours will be faster. You'll be able to smash through all of this stuff a lot quicker than I am. Okay. So here's the link for that. So that's great. So always within your offer suite, you need to be thinking about if you're going to offer them that class there at full price, like what else is going to be in this sequence? Like if they choose that class and they're in that class, how are you then going to manage them and connect to them further down the line? Like what else do they need? How does all of that work? But I think that's fine for now. So 10 days after they've bought the challenge, which they should have gone through it by then. If they haven't, then it just serves as a reminder. I hope you enjoyed the challenge. I might just make it more specific. So joyful growth to bestseller. Do you have a few minutes to fill in a testimonial for it so then they know what's coming in the email? Hope you had a wonderful time inside of the challenge and got lots of ideas on your journey from growth to bestseller on Substack. If you're looking for more ways to work with me, I recently published this post to explain more. While I'm here, I'd love for you to fill in a testimonial form with a few short questions to help me develop my products and services. So I'll just get the link for that, and it's actually just Google form, so that's easy. And then once this is set up, I know that I'll be collecting testimonials automatically for this and I don't need to do anything more. I mean, you can send multiple reminders about testimonial forms. It is helpful to do that, but I know that I've done like the minimum of asking people, so that's good. So here is the testimonial form. Done, and then I'll probably just put a button on as well. And there. Well, I don't know why, but it always changes the color of the button, so I'll just make it like pinky color. Doesn't matter too much, but just make sure that it's there. Do my rounded buttons in the middle. Don't know why it's not doing them corners that way. Oh, here, corners. There we go. Just make it a bit softer. Okay, good. So now we're ready to go. So we can press done, and then we can add a new email. So we could say add a new email to this sequence. So we could add another one and then do like a reminder. So let's say 30 days testimonial. And so I'll just apply that. It's basically going to be the same email. Great. Okay, so it's going to be the same one for the purposes of this. We might obviously tweak it and have a look at tags later on, but we'll just finish that. Okay, and now we can enter the 39 people because I'm confident that that email makes sense. And then I'm going to put joyful growth challenge so people know. Remember the title here, it's just for us, so they're not going to see upsell. I'm going to put testimonial. So it's really clear. The 39 subscribers are going to get that. They're going to get it 10 days after they signed up. So if they signed up more than 10 days ago from today, then they're going to get this. If they signed up yesterday, they'll get it in 9 days or whatever. So that's all good. The condition. So if they get the start, this is like the hardest bit of sequencing for me. So if they get that, then they will leave. And because I've combined it, the testimonial and this product, I might miss out on some testimonials there, but that's what I've done. So we'll live with that. It's fine. And so that's all good. And then what we're going to press is this little button up here, run. And so it reminds us again, we're going to run the campaign. 2 emails over 30 days to any subscribers that match the entrance conditions, gains access, 39 subscribers, and then we're going to run the campaign. Okay, so it's going to show us everything that happens attached to this campaign here. So everything that happens with the clicks, the sales, the links, and then who goes into what part of Podia after that. So hopefully that is as clear as it can be for a really simple follow-up from a masterclass. So the class itself was a 5-day challenge. I ran it on Substack. It's now evergreen on my website, so people can buy it, and then they get access to this. Now, what I'll do for the people who have bought it on my website after today is I'll run them through a little sequence reminding them to go into the 5 days of the actual activity. But I've been waiting, obviously, to finish the challenge to do that. So I'll end the screen share there. And hopefully that is just like a little insight into the way that you can set up those campaign emails post launch, post delivery, and capture your testimonials as well. And that's super helpful for you. Thanks, guys.